We are live now.
I guess we are live. Assalamu alaikum, adab, and hi everyone. Hope you're all good and doing great. First of all, wishing you all a very prosperous International Women's Day. I'm Pirzada Umar from IUST Alumni Council, and I welcome all of our online viewers. First of all, a quick background intro of what IUST Alumni is all about. Actually, it's an initiative by alumni of IUST that calls attention to various issues festering our society in general and our education sector in particular, with special focus on IUST. One of the aims is to hold discussions with notable alumni, students, research experts, and eminent members of civil society so as to factor out the challenge posed and find realistic solutions. With the same in mind, we have started this online discussion series called Alumni Connect. We know that International Women's Day is also being celebrated throughout the globe on 8th of March, that's tomorrow. And on this eve, we have decided to connect with a young, dynamic administrative officer, Miss Ifham Shah.
Hello,
Ifham, pleased to have you on the show.
thank you. Same here.
A bit about Ifham. Ifham is an alumna of IUST. She completed her bachelor's in computer science engineering in the year 2012 and qualified for KS, that's Kashmir Administrative Service in 2014. Right, Ifham?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Currently, she's the functional manager in DIC Badgam, that's District Industry Center. She's also a story writer, a traveler, and an occasional trekker, right?
I am.
So, Ifham, let's start from the very beginning. Tell us about yourself.
I'm Ifham Shah. I was born and brought up in Kashmir, did schooling here locally, joined college, did engineering, and qualified KS. So, Alhamdulillah, all till now, everything, every journey that I've undertaken, every institution that I've been in has been, it's been great. And Alhamdulillah, Allah has been very kind to me. Coming back to this, I am so happy to join you all back after years, I guess. I First of all, congratulations. IUSC had its first convocation recently. Congratulations to all the people who bagged their medals. And going back to the college, it is just it's just so amazing to connect back to the institution that I have had so much good memories and so much learning at. I still remember the day when it was Ramzan when I did my admission in the college, and I was like, I was very skeptical. It's a new institution, nobody knew how it's going to fare. But Alhamdulillah, it has been an amazing journey studying there, meeting people, meeting your teachers, friends, family. They all became, very, very, it is a close knit family. I am extremely lucky to have been a part of such great place.
Okay, thanks. Actually, tell us about what kind of person you are from the very young age. Like I would say, every child has this fantasy of becoming something great when he grows up. Having said that, also tell us about your journey from your school days to IUST. Like, how was it like?
Well, I was just a regular child, any other regular child who grew up in Kashmir who wanted to. I actually wanted to become a doctor. I'll tell you that. When I was very young, I still remember I used to write those prescriptions to my parents. But as I grew up, I think my interest in biology reduced a lot. I just um, I I even joined a normal college for some time, but somehow it didn't click for me. I just wanted to do something more, more practical, not the theory based. So I joined. Oh, sorry, your question was about the interests from the childhood.
Yeah.
So as a regular child, nothing much, nothing very much interesting about me. Yeah, just any other girl who grew up in Kashmir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine enough. Okay, let's talk of IUST now. Tell me what feature of IUST stood so unique, so as to attract someone like you to come and shape her dream. And what led you to choose IUST among, I would say, plethora of other notable engineering colleges present in and outside the valley, I would say. What I mean is, actually, was it a conscious decision on your part to choose IUST, or you were mere going with the flow, like most of the students do at that stage and at that age? Like,
I,
was it a conscious decision on your part to join IUST?
no, I like it said, like it is a very new university when we joined. It was like, I guess
Yeah,
ours was
exactly.
the second batch only. So there was a bit of skepticism, like how it is going to do. I won't lie about that. But I guess, you have that feeling when you first go into the campus, you have that feeling that, no, this is going to be good. So I guess I just went with that flow and went with that
Attitude.
feeling. Yeah, and it was just very good positive vibes. When I still remember when I went to the campus for the first time with my dad. I think skepticism was there, but then it was just good feeling, and that place is full of such good vibes that anybody, I guess, who sets food there, it is just there. So I joined IUSC for the engineering course, and ours was only the second batch. But it was
Right.
good. And the feeling was nice, and it was like I just felt that it is going to be a good journey of 4 years. I guess college is really important times, career wise. Otherwise, schooling is important
Right.
for developing of the character of the person and personality. But I guess college is career wise really nice and really important. I mean to say, and I think the IUST just set the bar right. It was a wonderful experience.
Okay. Okay. So immediately, after you joined IUST, how was it like? Like your friends, your teachers, or anything that still makes you feel nostalgic? Any story or
Oh, my
anything
friends
like
still
that?
make me nostalgic.
Okay.
I I think the friends that I made there, we're still in touch. We're like, I think that's the case with, I guess, all the colleges. I don't know about other people, but my friends, I think that is the biggest taking from the college.
Okay. Are you still in
I,
touch with them?
yeah,
Something
absolutely.
like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's the friendship is gonna stay in.
Inshallah, I guess, I guess so. So
Okay.
yeah. I think I
So
met wonderful people in the college, and not only just the friends, but the close friends, the classmates, the seniors, juniors, people from other departments, even teachers, and all of them. I still meet those people. I work with them in my office, and they're wonderful people, and they're all doing really good in life. And I wish them all the luck. I think people that I met there, not just friends, all of them, students, teachers, like I said, seniors, juniors, administrators. That is the biggest taking from the college, I guess.
okay. Any experience or any skill you specifically picked up at IUST, which later on proved very, beneficial to you? Any skill, that was, you picked up at IUST, and then, later, the realization came, oh, this is because of IUST. Had I not been there or not learned this much skill, it would have been, you know, a bother. Like, if I'm
Hello,
hello,
yeah, can you hear me?
yeah, perfectly fine.
Okay. I think this is going to come later, but I think the I was quite lucky because the course that I chose is I really love programming. Like I still code,
Yeah.
and I think that is the one thing that has stuck with me. It was a curriculum thing. I understand that. I was supposed to learn that, but I think that skill that I learned in the college, I still love to do that. I explore it on my own now. Now that I am not in the field, but I still explore it on my own now. And I think that is the one skill I learned in my college. And apart from the curriculum, I always used to write. Like I was always into the creative writing. But the first time I was published ever was in the college. I think I had, those means and that confidence of getting my anything published in
Okay.
newspaper or in journal. That happened during the college time, and that has stuck with me. I mean, I'm still that
Still
happened in
remember.
college. Like I
What
can.
was it? What was it about? That story you wrote. Any idea or?
So I didn't know. I didn't get published. I didn't get my story published. I got my articles published in Greater Kashmir during those days, and it was a big thing during those days.
Yeah,
Quite a few number of times. So I got that confidence that you know that my stuff, my content can get published in college only.
that's great. That's great to know. Obviously, it's an achievement for anyone. So, anyways, let's talk of campus placements. Campus placements those days were very rare, right? They still are, I would say. And ours being, as you said, ours was the second engineering batch, right? We somehow still managed to find some reputed MNCs at SMVDU Katra, if you remember. Uh, you know, yeah. Thanks to the efforts put into
Yeah.
place by then placement cell of IUST, I think we should mention them here. You were selected by LNT, Larsen and Toubro, but you chose not to join that company. Any specific reason, like?
But there isn't any specific reason, but I just wanted to, I just wanted to do, I was preparing for civil services, not
Yeah,
preparing, right after then, I like, it was in my mind just to explore things education wise and work wise in other fields also. I
okay,
was selected. I had a job in my hand before I left college, Alhamdulillah, and it was, I think, all due to the efforts of the placement cell there. I think they did a great job. Many of my classmates from other branches, other streams, and in my class also, we had a job in hand before we even finished our degree. I think, like I said, I think it was a great college, and the skills that we learned there, I mean, they were quite handy and quite up with the times at that time. So I guess that helped. Yeah, but me not joining the placement that device, so it's a minor thing. I mean,
okay.
I was into
Actually, the
something
reason
else.
is
I was
pretty
into
straight. Yeah, the reason is straight
no,
that you
not
want
civil
you had your
services.
sights on.
No, not
Okay,
not civil services at that time. But yeah, I wanted to study further at that point of time. I wanted to go for an MS.
oh,
That is why I
that's
didn't
the
join.
reason.
That was the
Okay.
reason I was almost about to join, but I sat down with my family and we decided upon that. But then something happened and I joined. I qualified, joined. I appeared for the civil services and qualified it, and then rest is history. I am doing that job now.
Okay. Now, since we have touched civil services, my question would be straight. Why civil services? As my understanding goes, you would have made a very proficient engineer had you chosen engineer as your, career option. What's your take? Why civil
That's very
service?
kind of you to say that I would have been a good engineer. But why civil services is, I'll give you a very honest answer. Like, uh, my mother wanted me to become a civil servant, and she was really
Okay.
excited about the idea. And I went with the flow. She was the one who encouraged me. I appeared, I qualified in the first attempt only, Alhamdulillah. And that was like, people still, ask me, I was like, I did it easily, but that doesn't mean it's quite an easy exam. You have to sit down and prepare for at least 6 months. And, civil services is, it's a very different kind of job, if I may tell you. So there are all kind of professionals coming into the service, and you learn from the service itself, and you learn from them, and then it's like it's a very enjoyable, very social oriented service, and I have been extremely lucky to be a part of it.
Okay. I would say, she would be the happiest mother on the planet right now, isn't it? Uh,
Yes,
Tell me,
alhamdulillah.
did engineering background help you to become a better administrator in any sense?
I guess yes. Especially, I'll tell you about my experience. It has always been. I was a computer science engineer. I am. I still would like to say that. Usage of technology in administration, it's like immense. Usage of technology in any field is immense. But in administration, because we are at that stage, our state is at that stage, like it is going through a transition from the traditional practices to the digital practices. So my stream, its application is like immense. It's like you need it at every step, at every second, in every second of your day. There are and the most important thing is all the services are being digitized. All the services,
Right.
whether you need
That's true.
information about the information about government service or application registration, anything. So I guess my studies have come quite handy in my job. They have come quite handy in my job.
Okay, so anyways, talking of jobs in these torrid times, means of employment are very limited these days, be it here or outside. And I guess COVID-19 has made it worse. We all know that, right? Tell us, what steps should placement cell of IUST for take so as to make engineering students more employable, and in what ways you can chip in, if at all?
Yeah, sure. I think the placement cell I think there was Seher ma'am at our time. I like to mention her. I think her contribution is really great. She accompanied us to the place where were being held. I think placement cells have a really good role. This is a reality. You and me agree upon that. Nowadays, engineering colleges are primarily ranked because of the placements they make. When a parent thinks about admitting a child to a university or a college, not only in engineering, I think other fields also, MBA and other fields these days, they just check the placement scene of that college. And I
Right,
think
right.
placement
That's
cell
true.
has a really, yeah. But apart from that, I'll tell you, I think learning a skill is really important because these days, you might also know that trend from campus placements to offline placements, the placements that are not happening in the campus, like Amazon and Google, they do these placement drives which are not related to campus and which are like open placement thing, and anybody can come in and join. I think that is also happening. So first of all, learning a skill is really important. You cannot have a good placement when your students are not, they are not up to that mark. They are not well aware of the new trends and technologies in the market. So I guess first of all, learning a skill, your students should be skillful, and the primary focus should be on that. And second, placement cell per se, I think making connections with the outside world in the corporate world is really important.
Right.
I think that should be their thing to do. And I think the college has already a strong placement cell. I think it needs, obviously everything needs improvement, but I think they're already doing a great job.
Right, they are. So you'd advise them to primarily focus on their skills, right?
I think that's important. You can get placed these days over internet also. I have seen people who did their interviews during the lockdown period over online, and they are placed and they're doing their jobs. And I'm not saying that physical interviews are things of the past. They are not. But I'm saying that if you have skill, if you're skillful, you can adjust anywhere. But if if you're not very skillful and you're not very upbeat with the latest things happening in the technology world or any other field, I think that it's a bit difficult to market you then, no matter how good your college is.
That's really amazing. Let's talk of the general woman issues. We usually talk of women reservations, women empowerment, women freedom and equality with male counterparts in every field, right? But at the end, what really scares me is that at top administrative posts, the gender ratio is not as good as it should have been. What do you see the real challenge lie for women? Because you have you might have faced those challenges, right? And is it about time to have women-centric approach? Like, uh, yeah, and should we press for gender-based reservation? Is it about time?
Oh, there's so many questions in one question. On yeah, absolutely. I think the ratio of the women in administration is low, but it's improving. Good thing is it's improving, and I'm really happy about that. And we need more women in administrative roles. You have no idea how. I mean, like that is like super important. Now is the time, and I think I'm glad that people are coming in. And more women, there are more women selections. More girls are being selected in the administrative services. And challenges, there are always challenges. I mean, I have faced immense challenges in my job because of my gender. I have, and I think I've been surrounded by good people who didn't shy away to give me, chances and responsibilities that were earlier jobs that were earlier being done by males only. I have a very brief stint as assistant director tourism Gulmarg, and I don't think before me there was any female AD Gulmarg. For a very brief amount of time, I was there, but but at least my name is on the board, and I don't think they'll shy away from posting women there anymore. So yeah,
That's great to
I
know.
think there always yeah, there are always challenges. I'll tell you, in administrative roles, you have a direct, at our level, we work at the cutting edge level, and you have direct dealing with the public. And until and unless you don't change the mindset of the society that you are working with a woman administrator and she is as good as a male one, so it's not going to improve. I think women generally face challenges while dealing with the public, in terms of the gender thing. So there are challenges, but I think it is improving. That is the good thing, and we're reaching there. We're pushing pushes towards the gender neutralization and gender equality of the services.
Quality,
And
exactly. Is it about
yeah,
time,
so I
we
think
press for gender-based reservation? You didn't touch that part. What's your take on gender-based reservation?
I think I am a very dicey about the issue. I generally don't mm, I generally don't scout for reservations, be it of any kind. I generally don't support them until and unless they're absolutely very fair. But gender-based reservations, look, I'll tell you something. It's about resources and opportunities only. There might be a guy in the society who might not have many resources, and
Right.
he would still like to. He still had the talent and the skill to qualify the administrative exam. And there will be a girl who will be like full of resources, have all the resources, good education, access to the good quality education, quality study material, internet, and all. So in that case, it becomes a bit, it becomes a bit unfair. So I don't think a gender-based reservation is would solve the issue. I don't think. I think the sensitization and the awareness among the people to to educate their children to encourage your female
Right.
child to sit for the good exams and to accessibility to the good content. I think that is more important. I think sensitization in the general public is more important rather than reservation and everything. I don't bat for reservations. I'm so sorry to differ on that.
Okay, so you have been very much, open to it. So, anyways, what's the
I know
advice
it's
you
a bit
want to
controversial.
give our, yeah, I don't want to touch it. Your take, your point taken well enough. Anyways, what's the your advice you want to give to our student viewership, or any sort of antidote you want to give to the current students, who are facing the
In the
challenge,
college,
who have
yeah,
set their
okay,
goals
general.
in
I
general,
think
exactly.
yeah, okay, for the college or in general.
In general, I would say,
I think I think at any point in your life, if you feel like you want to do something, be it going for a job or studying or anything, you should totally go for it. Don't even think twice. Do whatever makes you happy. Do whatever makes you, if you think you're skillful in one area, your interest is in that area, you should absolutely go for it. Sometimes what happens is, like, we always think we have this basic degree or education and now we should work in that field only. It doesn't matter. I mean, um, if you're if you're good at writing, if you're good in any creative thing, do that. And if you're good at some academics, do that. If you want to do research, do that. If you want to go for IAS, AS, do that. I mean, at
yeah,
any point of time, whatever you feel like doing, whatever you feel is making you happy, you should absolutely do that. I mean, don't shy away from pursuing your goals, your interests, your ideas. I mean, it's just a matter of time and hard work. You can achieve anything, especially to the women that we see, they just they are being told that you just have to have a degree, a good education, then um, settle down and maybe have a job, then that's it. That is not the case these days, I guess. If you have already have a job, go for a higher education. If you already are doing something, go for another job. Set your goals, try to achieve them,
right.
and nothing can stop you. Like I said, it's just a matter of hard work and time. You'll achieve anything that you want to.
Okay. Actually, this question has been posed by one of the viewers, and he says that since you are the functional manager of DIC right now, tell us, your department can it be of any help to outgoing students or young entrepreneurs? Any the way
uh,
you want to chip in, or can
Absolutely,
it be of
absolutely.
any help? Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to, do a business, if you have some business idea in mind, there are quite a schemes of the government that can help you. A very basic scheme I'll tell you is PMEGP, Prime Minister's Employment Generation Program. It's
Yeah.
like, if you have any business idea in mind, if it's in the service sector, government can fund you up to the 10 lakh rupees, and there's a subsidy component of 35%. Like, if you will avail a loan of 10 lakh rupees, government will pay you back 3.5 lakh rupees over a period of 3 years. And with a little bit of, there's, in fact, it's an online scheme. There isn't much documentation required. Your project will be sponsored within a week. And I think it's a fabulous scheme. We have funded a very good projects under this scheme recently. And then there is a proper MSME scheme, which is for a bit bigger units,
Okay.
so there are a lot of kind of incentivization in those schemes. But I think if you are just starting out and you just want to do your own business, I think this PMEGP thing is really the thing for you. If you have any other queries, and if you want to, you want any further more information about it, you can visit any DIC, or you can contact me also. I think you can share my email ID with the viewers. That is what I do. That is my day job, to create awareness about these programs, and so that the maximum number of people can benefit from them. So overall, in the industrial department, there are a lot many incentivizations regarding the businesses that people want to set up. If you are a new entrepreneur who's just starting out, I think the PMEGP scheme is going to help you a lot. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention. In service sectors, 10 lakh rupees, and in manufacturing sector, 25 lakh rupees. And like I said, there is a subsidy component of 35% on the project cost. So that's a huge
Okay.
amount. I think it's the highest amount of subsidy in any scheme by government of India. So
Okay.
it's a good one. If you have any business idea in mind, you can further explore this, Google this about PMEGP.
Okay.
Yeah,
So actually, what you mean to say is that there are plethora of opportunities for young entrepreneurs. They just have to knock the right doors, right?
absolutely. I deal with them. I work in District Vargam right now. I think I deal with young entrepreneurs on the daily basis. My main job is to counsel them, and it's such heartening to see young people taking up entrepreneurship in Kashmir. There are hardships. I won't shy away from discussing that. There are hardships here, but it's just people are just making it. They're putting it in a lot of effort, and it's just so good to see them thrive in their businesses.
Okay. Ifham, you seem to be well read, right? Uh, what are your
Yeah, I
hobbies?
try to.
What are your hobbies? Can you mention your favorite books and authors, and what type of genre should people or younger students, you know, uh, sh- anything that might add their value, or the books that might be helpful for them to build their personality, and which would help ultimately them to reach their goal. Any sort of book you would advise to read?
Uh, I won't advise upon this because I think the kind of genre I read, that is a bit. I read a lot. That's true. I used to read a lot. Nowadays, I don't get much time, and I mainly read fiction. I know that is quite. I've always liked fiction. I read all kinds of stuff. I mean, you can see I have all kinds of books in my house, and I think. Uh, People have told me time and over again that now is the time I start reading non-fiction, but
Okay. So
somehow
those,
somehow I am into storytelling. I'll tell you this. I feel the message that you can convey from through a story to people, and without offending anyone, without I think you can put many things across through a story. So storytelling is like, I think it's the biggest skill that anybody can have. So if you ask me, what would do, apart from my general administration thing, I'll write stories. I'll tell you, I'll write stories, like, and tell people messages through those stories. I think that is my jam. I really like that, and I feel to it's just amazing to see that how people have the authors have conveyed such huge messages
message, right?
through yeah through the storytelling. I think it's the biggest skill that anybody can perfect. You can tell really good messages, be it about the women empowerment or the challenges faced by the women, be it political, religious, anything. You can put your point across through storytelling, and mainly without offending people. So yeah, storytelling is my jam. I think that is the thing. That is why I don't even enjoy reading a lot of non-fiction. I still read fiction. Yeah, I haven't switched over to non-fiction yet. I couldn't get
Okay.
hang of it. But yeah, I don't know. Am I
So
making any
we
sense to
can
you?
so we can say, like, if you wouldn't have been an administrator, you would have been a storyteller, you know, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And also, I think no matter what day job I'd be doing in life, I'll always be, telling stories. That is my thing. I haven't published any story yet, but yeah, I intend to do that in the future,
So we are
inshallah.
hoping.
Still working on it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fair
sure.
enough.
Please pray for me.
Uh, any message you want to give to university administration and to IUST Alumni Council at the end?
Oh, I think the administration is doing great. What can I really, you know, they're doing a great job. I have heard. I haven't been able to visit campus since I left.
Okay.
I think once I visited only, but I'd like to visit. I think the university is going places. I see every now and then. In fact, I see people who I work with people who who graduate from the college and then they're doing businesses, they're doing photography, they're making films, and it's like I've met quite a number of people who have graduated from the college, and I think university is doing really great. Um, and like I said, whatever subject we read, whatever subject we're teaching to people these days, I think you should make the latest and the best of the practices that is happening in the world, especially engineering. I'll tell you, the latest, it just keeps changing, after every now and then there is a new programming language, new practices, I'm sure it's with other fields also. So I guess the imparting education that is upbeat with the current times is really important, really, really important. I think that is the only thing I can tell them to, to impart the modern, upbeat, current version of the things that they are teaching to students. And for the students, like I said, whatever you are learning, just learn, be skillful. By the end of the college, I think a basic college degree should be enough to get employment, whether in the valley or outside it. So whatever you're learning, I don't know much about the other fields, but I guess whatever you're learning in engineering, I guess you should have a basic skill after you graduate college. You should be able to sit in an interview and, just crack it, get a job on your own.
Okay.
That is the thing. So yeah, that's it. There is a
Any
lot of
advice?
preaching
Any
in my
advice for
interview.
UST Alumni Council for guys like us?
Oh, you guys are
Any
doing
message?
great. I mean, I see my batchmates and they're doing absolutely wonderful. They are, I think my girl batchmates, I don't know whether you know about it. I mean, few of them have started their own businesses. They are like making full use of their education. And I think of one or two among us, a few among us are in outside pursuing higher education. Quite handful people are also in the research. I
Okay.
wish them all the luck. I mean, few are in IITs, and I mean, that is great. You all are doing really wonderful.
We wish you all the very,
And
uh,
I just want to say congratulations for starting this program. I guess I saw when you sent me that invite, it's a season two of it already.
yeah.
I mean, I think it's a great way to reconnect to the institutions that we have been part of. And I also think that it's a good initiative. I mean, if anybody needs any help regarding regarding the fields that we are all working in, they're most welcome. And I think it's a great program that you guys have started. That's great.
Okay. So, uh, any funny moment or memorable incident that still makes you laugh or makes you feel nostalgic? Any moment of on a lighter note, I would say.
On a lighter note, I cannot share the incidents on the public platform. But I
Okay.
guess, yeah, I think there are quite a few spots in the university that you'll agree upon. There's this, I don't know why is it called Suicide Point. There
Oh,
is this
wow.
Suicide Point that we used to go and spend a lot of time at. And I think there was this one big tree outside the library building. The last 5 minute studies before exams that used to happen
Exactly.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
remember
still
that.
I remember
And
that. Yeah.
I remember people reading and writing a lot. Like, I was always an average student. I had people in my group who were like quite studious. And I remember they were always into books, and we always used to go to them for the last 5 minutes, Gyan, help us out kind of thing.
Okay. So it was really a pleasure having you on the show, Ifam. And I hope on this occasion of International Women's Day, I hope we make this world better for women we treat them with dignity and give them the respect they deserve. Let's hope for a world where women empowerment is just not a dream, but a foundation in itself. So friends and viewers, this is all we have in store for today. And I want to end it with a poem of Allama Iqbal. He wrote about women in his book Zarb-e Kareem. Allama Iqbal says, वजूद जन से है तस्वीर कायनात में रंग, वजूद जन से है तस्वीर कायनात में रंग, इसी के साज से है जिंदगी का सोजे दरूं, शरफ में बढ़ के सुरैया से मुश्त खाक इसकी, कि हर शरफ है इसी दुर्ज का दुर्रे मकूं, मकालमाते फलातून न लिख सकी लेकिन, मकालमाते फलातून न लिख सकी लेकिन, इसी के शोले से टूटा शरारे अफलातून. So take care all and have a wonderful time ahead. Again, Ifham, it was very nice to have you on the show, and take care always. You'll be in your minds and thoughts for all times to come. So
Thank you
take
so
care.
much. It was so
Okay,
nice
thanks
to
a lot.
talk to you. Okay, Allah Hafiz,
Allah
everybody.
Hafiz.